You are listening to Proof Text, a Glossa House podcast exploring Scripture and all things related to it. New episodes are released daily. For more information, check out glossahouse.com and subscribe to our channels on Spotify and YouTube. Welcome and enjoy.
Welcome to Constituent Marking with Fred Long on Proof Text. This is Fred Long, and we're looking at 1 Corinthians 13:2, and I'm going to be marking this up. At the bottom, you'll see a legend of how to do some constituent marking. And so we begin with a ke. We see a ke there. Ke eon and if. Ke eon and if. And the eon is starting a subordinate clause, so I put a bracket around it. Both the ke and the eon receive boxes. Echo. Echo is a single underline. I have. And that's present active subjunctive, first person singular. It looks like it could be indicative, but I know it's subjunctive because of the eon, which takes the indicative very typically. Prophetean, so echo prophetean, if I have prophecy, that is an accusative, so receives a double underline. Ke ido ta mysteria panta, ke pasen tein gnosin. So ido is no, if I know. So that's also a subjunctive, perfect active subjunctive of ida. That's an unusual form. Ida means I know. This is subjunctive. If I know. Ta mysteria panta, all mysteries. Those receive a double underline. So if I know, and I know all mysteries, ke pasantein gnosin, all knowledge. So if I know all mysteries and all knowledge. All right, so this is a big if protasis. And what I'm going to do, I guess I'm going to close that one out, even though we're going to see that it's a compound protasis, because you have a ke after that, and then you have an aeon again. So you're actually going to start another subordinate clause, really combining two. And the second one is also aeon with the subjunctive, aeon echo. And if I have aeon echo pasantein pistin, all faith, all confidence. This is a double underline. It's a direct object. So what we're seeing here is many instances of panta. So a lot of stress on panta and pas. So pas upon. This is indicating some kind of a stress on all or every. This is probably, it is an instance of what's called hyperbole, where something is taken to an extreme. So it starts out with a positive statement, if I have prophecy. So that's kind of the positive statement. And then it ramps up into these hyperbolic statements with pas upon, this quantitative stress. So if I have prophecy and I know all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith, and really this faith, there's another subordinate clause here that comes next, oste ore methistane, so that, with the result that I move mountains. Now this is an assumed I. The verb here is methistane. This is a present active infinitive. It's not middle passive, so it's not that mountains are moved. Ore is actually should receive a double underline because ore is from oros, mountain, and it's neuter. So ore is it's a vowel stem third declension noun. So ore is actually plural. Yeah, it's plural accusative. So it's the direct object of the infinitive met istemi, which is here the infinitive working with osta. This is osta with infinitive is a result clause. So we have another type of clause here with result. So if I have all faith such that I move or remove mountains. Okay, so that's a pretty extreme statement. So we're adding on several layers of if. We got the first if, then we added on another if. And so these are prodices that are accumulating. And the second if has a so that clause. And so I'm numbering these subordinate clauses. Each of these subordinate clauses gets a bracket. And then there is another addition on, but the dad there, and this is still functioning within the if condition. But if may, a negative word, which is anticipating a subjunctive. So this may tells us we're working with a non-indicative mood. So you have agapein, de, main, or may echo. Love is the direct object, double underline. Moreover, I do not have love. So really, this is continuing these subordinate clauses. So there's some sense in which, particularly the protasis, subordinate clauses. So at the beginning, you have a bunch of if clauses. You have two of them, but really the supposition, the if, is still controlling the subjunctive mood verb echo, and I don't have love. So if I have prophecy, and if I have all faith, moreover, I have no love. Okay, all of that is the protasis. All of that. And then what's the conclusion? If all these things obtain, well, it's quite simple. Uthen imi, I am nothing. I am nothing. So imi is from the verb to be, I am. And the predicate adjective is uthen. Uthen is neuter. It's an alternative form of uden. I was just looking up Robertson's discussion of this verse in his word pictures and just double check. He said this uthen is just an alternative spelling, and this aspirated delta becomes a theta. And maybe there's a little bit of poetic kind of elevation of the speech, but it's a pretty profound point because basically I am nothing. So even if I can do all of these things, have prophecy, know all mysteries, and have all knowledge, and I have all faith so as I can move mountains, and don't have love, if all of those conditions obtain, I am nothing. Okay, that is a pretty radical statement. All right, so I hope you find this helpful. It's a complex verse which has hyperbole. And so, yeah, pay attention to the rhetoric here and the powerful point that Paul's making. I hope you found this helpful, and look forward to having you listen and watch next time. Take care.
Interested in growing your ancient language skills but not sure where to start? Glossa House can help. From illustrated readers and short stories to lexicons and grammars, Glossa House offers a variety of resources for beginning, intermediate, and experienced ancient language learners. Head to glossahouse.com today. Glossa House, language resources for the global community.